So thank you to Morten for guiding us through those first three matches. My goodness, what three matches they were. 3 games, each of them. We've still got plenty more action to come here today on day 1 of competition from the Denmark Open. Next up, we've got the 4-time former champion, Chen Long. He's up against Angus Long. Then we've got a former champion, Sina Abel, in the women's singles. We will have a home interest as well in the women's singles a little later on. But first of all, our next match is men's singles, and it is the 4-time former champion. There he is, the reigning Olympic champion, 2-time former world champion, Chen Long, against this man, Angus Long from Hong Kong. So Morten's going to be staying with me for the next couple of matches, and I'm sure he's looking forward to this men's singles, because there have been question marks this year about the 4-time former champion Chen Long. Interesting statistic, he has not been past a quarter-final of a World Tour event. Of course, the World Tour only came into existence at the beginning of this year. But whilst he's been in the final of the Asian Championships and semi-final and other medal World Championships, he hasn't progressed past a quarter-final of a World Tour event. But he does lead 3-1 in the head-to-head, as you can see. So this is the 5th meeting between the two players. The last time they met was in the quarter-final of the Asian Championships in Wuhan. And of course, as I've just told you, this man went on to reach the final. So of course he won that last encounter. But it was 3 games, and it was a very long 3 games in Wuhan. 1 hour and 26 minutes for 21-17 in the deciding game. Well, Angus Long is a man that created history in the sport of badminton, became the first player ever to win a Grand Prix Gold men's singles title, and then the first player to win a Super Series men's singles title. That was his home event. So the 24-year-old born in Kowloon in Hong Kong really has an awful lot to be proud about, including, of course, being as highly ranked as number 6, a total of 2 weeks at number 6 in the world ranking, 2 separate weeks at that number 6 status. But here, the 4-time former champion. Won in 2011, 13, 14 and 15, so 3 consecutive titles. One of only 3 men ever to win the Denmark Open. 3 consecutive times. Making his 8th appearance here. His first was in 2009 when he reached the quarter-final stage. 29 years of age now. Born in Jingzhou in southern Hubei province. And as we look at our court officials, Radomir Kresner and Michel Gut from France, our service judge. Morten, just a little word from you, because of course I mentioned that Chen Long, one of only 3 players to win this Denmark Open title 3 times. The other 2, Paul-Erik Høyer Larsen, who won 3 consecutive between 1993 and 95, 6 in total. But the man sitting next to me, Morten Frost, won a total of 6 consecutive, 7 titles in total, 8 consecutive finals.
Yes.
10 finals in total. I think you can safely say you enjoyed playing this event, didn't you?
I certainly did. I had good fun.
You certainly did. What a record that is. My goodness me.
But it's always nice to play home ground, isn't it?
Ready?
Of course.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Chen Long, China. And on my left, Angus Long, Angus, Hong Kong, China. Chen Long to serve. Love all. Play.
So the 4-time former champion, Chen Long, getting this first round men's singles match underway against Angus Long from Hong Kong. Morten, I mentioned in the introduction there that it's a staggering statistic that Chen Long, since the introduction of the HSBC BWF World Tour at the beginning of this year, never passed a quarter-final stage. Now that to me is staggering.
There's no doubt. I totally agree with you that he is struggling somehow.
1-0.
And you know, I can't help. I think I've seen it before. After he had some fantastic wins, he won 2 World Championships, and then he won the Olympics 3 years in a row. Was it 14, 15, 16?
Yeah.
And then we saw him sort of slow down a little bit. And then for some seconds, or I would say moments, he was sort of picking it up again, and suddenly he was back in. And I can't sort of help thinking that he might, you know, do the same for 2020. You know, that he's still saving, you know, himself a bit and really fired up to try to win the Olympics again in 2020.
Yeah.
It's just a thought.
Service over.
Yeah, well, that is a thought, isn't it? I suppose that players, when you've achieved so much, you know, 2 world titles, then the Olympic title, then there's got to be a bit of a down period. You sort of think, well, what's the next motivation? And when you're an athlete, when you're young, time seems to go so slowly. You sort of think 4 years away is a lifetime.
It's forever.
Yes, when you get old, like us two.
It's a blink of an eye.
It is.
Yeah, I agree. But
3-1.
again, Carolina Marin is a little bit in the same situation.
Yes.
And she has picked up now and getting ready for the next Olympics. You can see that. She
Absolutely.
is all fired up.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit of the same situation I sort of anticipate.
Out.
First service error
2,
from
3.
Nkarlong.
And I'm also putting that one forward because I don't think that Chen Long is injury prone. You know, I can't really remember he's had any serious injuries at any given time. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, I can't think of any either. Good smash straight down the line there.
CHEN.
On the former world #1.
3-0.
Well, we've talked a little bit about Chen Long. Let's have a little chat about Nkarlong, because the breakthrough for men's singles players from Hong Kong to win the first ever Grand Prix Gold men's singles title, that was at the Bitburger Grand Prix Gold of 2015, and then the Hong Kong Open a year later, his home event. First ever Super Series title for a player from Hong Kong. Now, to me, he's a player that I thought that couple of years ago when he was winning the Super Series title, I thought he's going to be a real force to be reckoned with. But I suppose in a similar sort of way to Chen Long, that, you know, he's struggled since achieving great things. Maybe Nkarlong, more players have watched him, get used to his style, study him, because he hasn't progressed in the same way as I thought he might do.
I agree with you. He's got a lot of things going for him, but I think that what you're saying is that other players have been studying him and they know how he's playing. I'm still looking for, you know, 1 or 2 shots that can make the difference. It's a bit like, you know, he's steady, he's safe in all departments. Whatever he's doing, he's good. But he's lacking that edge in a few areas where you say, okay, you've got to be careful of that one.
Well, there's a challenge here, first challenge of the match.
I'm not saying he needs the big smash, but you know, we still need him to score more points or play tight at the net or having a stronger defense. He's got to have something that is his and his alone, and that's what we're looking at.
That's a very good challenge.
Correction,
yeah, I
out.
agree. He hasn't really got that weapon that you sort of think, you know, for goodness sake, don't play him at the net, or don't play him to the round-the-head position because he's got a wonderful cross-court or something like that. There's not one single weapon that
you're never scared.
Exactly.
5.
Well, again, it's cool,
Service
good.
over.
No challenge this time from
6
Kalong.
all.
Must be agreeing with the line judge.
Ooh, yes, that was plumb on the line. Good call. Yeah, that's well taken. Would you like to see more of that? That more
Yes.
threat at the net?
Service over.
Yes. He's done it
7,
actually already
6.
a few times in this early stages of this match, where he's playing very tight at the net and then stay in and kill it at the net afterwards. And I would very much like to see that some more often.
Service over. 7 all.
I guess this is a prime example of the difference between the two players. Chen Long also plays a very steady game, very patient game. But when the opportunity arises, he can play that winning smash.
He can. He's got a better weapon when it comes to his smash than what In Kalong has got.
Good rally. Oh, my goodness.
Again, that's tight.
Very good.
Yeah.
Service
But
over.
there was a mistake by Chen Long to play this shot here.
7.
It's a little bit too slow. I know he's trying to disguise it, but it's not good enough, and it gives ample time for In Kalong to come in at the net and play a good tight shot.
Service over. 8 all.
That's a good lift.
Yeah, that's one of the trademarks of Chen Long, I think, is the fact that he's able to play with good length almost all the time.
Yeah, good follow-up there too.
9 8.
Explosive power towards the net to make that kill. There's another smash threaded down the line.
10 8.
Pushed it wide, so on a run of 4 straight points,
11 8.
the 4-time
Interval.
former champion goes to the mid-game interval with a 3-point advantage.
防守哈就会又拉起一个对抗，等于说现在有点被他控制了，明白吗？就是跟他对抗一下可能会比较难受，但是要对抗一下，因为这样的節奏他很舒服，你冇快過佢，佢好舒服，佢砰打你突擊，沒有辦法，就是很多時候你可以平一點，但是你的準備這些都要快一點，就是再快一點，但是往前出球一定要過頭，過頭。
Wang Chen,
Court 1.
Asian Games
20
gold
seconds.
medalist in 2006, World
20
Championships
seconds.
silver medalist in 2007. Lovely to see her coaching the men's singles. We've had female coaches in the last match, the mixed doubles, now in this match as well. That's great to see, Morten.
It's really good. I like that a lot. In that sense, badminton is true tradition.
Yeah.
So it's really good to see. And she's been doing it for years and years already.
Yeah.
She's been part of the coaching team in Hong Kong for quite some years. A very elegant player herself.
Oh, wasn't she? Lovely.
12-8.
So this is now actually a run of 5 straight points, and En Ka Long needs to stop this run. What's happened, Morten? Has Chen Long just upped his game a little bit, or has En Ka Long just gone off the boil?
No, he's not off the boil. This is how En Ka Long is playing, as I see it. And that's, you know, see, when we talked about that, we need him to find an area where he's got an edge.
Yeah.
I also need to see how he is sometimes exploding and then playing a little bit slower, then exploding again. So we have these ups and downs when you're not settling into a rhythm. He just plays one pace all the way through.
Yeah.
And this is what he's doing. And then Chen Long is feeling quite comfortable. He's not feeling pressure from the physical aspect of the game and all that. He plays a little bit sharper, so he scores the points.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good net shot.
Yeah, that's the one.
Finally, the run comes to an end. But 7 straight points have really put a different complexion on this opening game.
9-14.
Given the quality of a couple of the net shots that we've seen so far from En Ka Long, should he be trying to base his game around that net play?
Yes, I think so. But when he then play that net play, he can't hit the tape every single time.
No.
So he's got to be confident enough, he can play it tight enough, so the lift he's getting is a bit short, and when they come, he must do something about it.
Yes. Oh, that's gone long, 2 flats.
Service over. 15-10.
Didn't seem to me, Morten, as if there was real commitment going forward there.
No. And that's, again, it's got to be decisive, whatever he's doing.
Yeah.
And it's not. He's holding back. He's got to go 100% for it.
Yeah.
I so agree. It's out.
Just missed it.
Yeah.
Service over.
I have noticed heavy strapping on the right knee of En Ka Long, but he wears that all the time.
He does.
It's not a new injury. I think it's preventative rather than a new problem.
No, he's moving well enough. He's moving just like normal, so there's no trouble there.
12-15.
Used to play in the Danish league, didn't he, for Greve?
Yeah, for Greve, yes, he did. And I must say that Joachim Pearson was playing for Greve at the time, and he was the mastermind behind it, getting En Ka Long to Denmark. And at the time, he was nobody. So that was really well spotted, I think.
Yeah.
So he played second singles after Joachim Pearson, and he was a very strong second singles.
Yeah.
That was well spotted.
Here we are. Here's the net play.
13-15.
And there's
Yeah,
the commitment.
Yeah. But I don't know if you noticed, I know we've been saying that he's playing at the same pace the whole time. Now I think he's actually playing a little bit faster than what he did when he was losing 7 points in a row.
Service
dear.
over.
Second service error from En Ka Long. And that's a real
16,
gift to the
13.
four-time former champion at this stage of a game.
Yes, just change it.
Try to look at how Inka Long is actually pushing the pace a lot now. Look at that. That's good play. See?
Yeah.
Exactly. He's really picking up in pace now. And that's nice to see, because this is what I've always been looking at when I've been watching him. I just feel it's a very wrong word to say. It's the same soup. It's the same the whole time. And here he's actually picking up the pace, and that's really good to see.
Yeah. And his reward, 6 of the last 8 points.
Yep.
Oh, that's clever, clear.
Good play.
$15, 16.
Oh, wow. 7 of the last 9 points and just 1 point in it. Didn't think I'd be saying that when he was 8-14 down.
I said earlier before you came, Joe, that I really love that we are doing commentating here from the first round.
15.
Normally we would never see matches like this,
No.
and this could have been an easy quarter-final, it could have been a semi-final in a match. This is now because of the draw at the first round, and normally we never see this.
Yeah.
I think it's really nice that we're here from the first round.
Absolutely. And when you think that the second match of the day that you were calling, the former finalist here, Pusala Venkata Sindhu, out first round,
She lost it, yeah.
Service over.
we wouldn't have seen that. So I couldn't agree more.
16, 17.
It's also nice for the fans to follow everything through right from the start of the tournament.
Yeah, and we will have the same, of course, in the men's singles coming up later today, when Momota in the men's singles is playing Ginting.
Yeah.
You know, that's the first round, and that could be the final of China
Service
Open or
over.
whatever.
Yeah.
And they play first round here.
18, 16.
2 most informed men's singles players in the world at the moment, I think.
Absolutely.
Momota and Ginting.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, this is crucial times, isn't it, here in this encounter? Oh, well taken. Well taken. Well, a look from Chen Long towards the umpire as if to say,
Service over.
did he take that before it crossed over the net?
It's a reflex from any player to ask that.
17, 18. Yes, Langdon.
Yeah, well, I think that was very well taken, and the umpire agrees. But it's interesting, Morten, because you've identified that Inka Long is playing a faster pace, but I've been looking out for what you talked about the injection of pace, and it isn't the same injection. There is a little bit of explosive commitment at the front of the court, but anything back from the net, and it is all the same pace. It may be a little bit quicker, but there isn't that injection of pace that you were talking about
There's
within
not
the rally.
surprise element,
Yeah,
and that's what we're looking at.
yeah. The likes of Lin Dan at his best suddenly could change pace. Li Chongwei, that ability within the rally to play at a good pace and then suddenly move quickly to the shuttle.
You don't know where it's coming from.
And you don't know where it's coming.
No.
Yeah, well, back level. 6 points adrift at one stage. Now 18 all. Would you believe it? It's a good rally. This is a big, big point. And it's landed in.
It's in. It's in.
It's in. Well, he's challenging.
Yeah, but he can just as well do that. But it's in. From where I'm sitting, it's definitely in.
Yeah, I concur with you. And you've got your new glasses. Oh, you haven't got your glasses on. You've taken them off.
I took them off. There's only reading glasses.
Here we go. Well, your distant sight is spot on too.
Unsuccessful.
Still.
One challenge remaining.
Well, he could just as well do it. He had 2 challenges.
Yeah, 2 challenges per game.
Change the shuttle.
Still got 1 left.
19-18. Play.
Oh, good drop shot. Oof. Well, I think that one was closer. I'd love to see that again.
Yeah.
Service over.
But this was much more of anticipation.
19-0.
Really, look at that. He's really going for that one. I think it's okay. I think it's okay. Close, though.
Very close. 19 all. Oh, what a smash. Good placement.
Service over.
Aiming for that right shoulder,
20,
just across the
game
body.
point,
That's
19.
perfect placement. And who would have thought when he was 8-14 down, he would be standing at game point opportunity. Oh dear, yeah. Not the best of backhands there from Unkar Long.
Service over.
Oh, this, of course, is the problem when you play a backhand. Your back's to the net, you can't see where your opponent is. And Chen Long was ready and waiting for that. So extra points required until there's a clear 2-point winning margin. That's well wrong. So
Service over.
a second game point
21,
opportunity
20.
for Unkar Long.
He's out.
It's gone wide, and the opening game to the unseeded Unkar Long of Hong
First game
Kong.
won by Unkar Long.
22-20.
22-20.
Well, that is absolutely extraordinary. 8-14 down, 6 points adrift. But it's not how you start, it's how you finish. What a turnaround by Unkar Long. Remarkable. 23 minutes for that opening game.
看过他一点点这样的，那底线球呢，有时候他正手推你呢，不要太多吊球，就长一点。那种球，你可以叫主动的时候你吊球要进网，就像这种被动的时候，不要再去好像很软，人家又放网哟，你就变得很累。但这种稍微被动点就长一点，就你就对抗上了，就不变成他。这个是最主要的，就是底线球一直在教你不要太软，不要给的太软，主动可以。像这种球要给的硬一点，就跟他对抗上了。完了，有的时候你看， 要是说他点下来，他一个过渡嘛，对不对？点下来的球，要是说你现在一直在挡他嘛，没有快速重复他。要是说他上来的球给你動作之後，你覺得很難受，這段時間呢，你可以啪歐推高，俾佢砸下佢，再來放。
So both coaches have had their say. And so game number 2 gets underway. Just wide. And I suppose here, Morten, we see,
Service over.
we should see whether Chen Long really has the desire that he's shown in the past before he became Olympic champion, that desire in every single tournament he plays. Because I think on occasions, and I hope I'm not being a little too harsh, because I am harsh, I know, but he's looked at times to me as if he's gone through the motions in some tournaments.
I agree with you, but it's all about now, at the moment, in terms of the Olympics, it's all about positioning. It's all about being in the right spot on the world ranking for the time being. And Chen Long is in the right spot. He's number 7 on the world ranking, and he's quite comfortable there. So I'm waiting to see that urge starting to come around, let's say March next year. The All England, so on, just before the Olympic qualification period starts on the 1st of May.
Yeah, but the players have, not just Chen Long, but all players have got to be in a position when that starts that they're still getting seeded positions, because otherwise you can come up against the number 1 seed first round, and then your ranking starts to plummet. And when you think already this year, Chen Long has lost 3 times in the first round, the Malaysian Masters, the Malaysian Open, another Super 750 event, the same as this, the Indonesian, which was a Super 1000 event. He lost the first round. All those tournaments losing first round when he was seeded.
I know what you're saying, but I'm still thinking that he's quite comfortable where he is at the moment as number 7. And he will play tournaments, so this is one of the things that I, eventually would like to discuss, is that at the moment it's your 10 best results that counts onto your world ranking. And sometimes I think maybe that's not enough. Maybe we should count the best 12, the best 13 results. So you can't throw away too many results. And that will give you a much more accurate world ranking.
Service over.
As you can see, a lot of players are playing 17, 18 tournaments now, and only the 10 best counts.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more. It's, to me, it's a real issue, because it's not giving a fair reflection of the player's capability. Because if you play 20 tournaments, half your tournaments, your worst 10 results you just throw away.
Yeah. And I think we should opt it a bit. 10 was fine for some years, but now players, oh, that's a wonderful shot.
It's amazing.
That is a good shot.
4-3. Service over. 4-0.
Now that's the sort of thing where he moved back quickly and caught Eun Long to give himself the opportunity of playing a winner. That's perhaps what we were alluding to a little bit earlier.
Yeah, and here he's committing 100%.
Yeah.
It's good to see.
Yeah.
5-4.
Oh my goodness, you don't often see that.
Service over.
Getting caught in the net.
5-0.
Well judged.
Yeah.
6-5.
I noticed you were talking earlier, Morten, about a little bit of a sideways drift from right to left.
Yes.
As we look down on the court.
Great.
But I think there might be a little bit of lengthways drift. Not a lot, but I think it's flying a little bit quicker. Oh, there's the sideways drift coming into play. I think it's maybe flying a little bit quicker coming towards us.
So it's maybe, but it's very little.
And now on court number 2.
Oh, that's well left. Oh, there's a challenge here.
Challenges.
It's closer than you think.
Called out.
It's probably out, but it's quite close.
Hawkeye confirms it was indeed
Challenge
out.
unsuccessful. One challenge remaining. 8-5.
The umpire is Peter Sabalata from India.
Play.
Service judge is Goran Janasiewicz, Serbia.
Service over. 6-8.
Simply taking it too late.
Yeah,
Let
it
it
was a
drop
bit
too
too
low.
casual.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Really well played.
Oh, that's exactly what we were talking about
So,
a little earlier.
8.
Yep. He must have been listening. That's all I can say. We just only said it, and then suddenly it all changed.
Exactly. This time it was Chen Long that was forced to play the backhand from deep in court, had his back to the net. Can't see what your opponent is doing. Oh, that's nice. Good disguise.
9-8.
So 4 straight points to go into the lead. Yeah, more pace on that backhand that time. Well, since the inception of the Super Series back in 2007, and obviously now with the HSBC BWF World Tour, only 2 men's singles players have ever won the same event 3 consecutive times. Chen Long, obviously, here at the Denmark Open.
Lee Cheng-wei, Malaysian Open.
Yes, in fact, he won 7 consecutive Malaysian Open titles.
Yeah, the last one.
He's also won 3 Super Series finals consecutively, Indonesian Opens and Japan Opens, so 4 events.
Service over.
Yeah, he's won a lot of tournaments.
10-9.
That's fast play, isn't it? And good awareness on that final shot from Angus Long. So to the mid-game interval with a 2-point advantage. Angus Long, well, he looks a different player ever since he lost those 7 straight points in the opening game. He has really upped the pace and now seems to be in full flow.
时候感觉充满准备好，不是感觉你的阶段上有发顶那一种，那准备就行。哎呦，感觉
Sir,
Gold
舒服
1,
的时候，
20 seconds.
Coach.
Gold 1,
Red
20
top.
seconds.
Chen Yu, the other Chinese coach, and they must be
没有被
pretty
会控制，所以说
concerned
你要抓
right
机
now.
会，分数打平了以后，再拉回自己的速度，不需要再去攻了。他那时候节奏，你再跟他打拉掉。现在呢，就是你正手觉不觉得难受，
In
你这么
terms
强
of this
他
match or
一个是你注
overall?
意侧锋啦，
This
这个
match
正手不难受 OK， 要是你觉得难受，你可以加一点正手推对角，主动的手加一点再来。
Because there's no doubt that China is not as dominant as what they used to be.
12,
I
9.
think we also ought to bring into the equation about Chen Long. He's recently been married, got married to Wang Shixian. That's also a distraction for him, perhaps not concentrating 100% on his sporting goals. Good rally.
Yeah, it's good pace from Kalong here. Really good pace.
Yeah. Very, very well played by Kalong.
13, 9.
It's not often that you see Chen Long completely outmaneuvered, but he was in that rally.
Service over. 10, 13.
Does that go down as a missed opportunity?
Yes, absolutely. You should have seen Wang Chen. She was sitting at the chair at the back and she was, oh, no, I can't believe that.
13.
So yes, definitely.
Did you always stay cool as a coach when you were on the coaching chair at the back?
It's not easy all the time.
No,
I'm
I
telling you.
bet.
And it's a lot worse actually sitting outside than playing yourself.
There's a puzzled expression on his face as he was talking to his coaches there, Chen Long.
Eleven, 13.
Oh yes, nicely done.
Yeah, those are one of the shots that you quite easily could, you know, pushing out, whether it's on the sideline, on the back line. But I agree with you that, you know, if you're in the shoes of Chen Long and you lost the first round of, you know, the Indonesian Open and 2 other
15,
tournaments, and if
11.
you lose the first round of this one, that is, of course, cause of concern.
Yeah.
No doubt about that. But, you know, he will probably pick up points in other tournaments and stay safely within the top 10. And as I say, that will, you know, positioning quite well for the Olympic qualification.
Pushed it wide.
16, 11.
And another one gone wide.
Yeah, it doesn't look good.
17,
I do
11.
agree with you. I think, you know, you can actually apply the same line of thoughts that we had on Long in the first game. You can apply that to Chen Long. You know, you need to see him start picking up some pace, do some surprises, really show some urgency. But he's now just playing the same and the same and the same. And it doesn't work for him, so he's got to make changes like that.
Exactly like that.
Chen. Service over.
Yeah. That's the sort of shot we're so used to
12,
seeing from
17.
Chen Long when he won his 2 world titles and the Olympic gold medal in Rio 2 years ago. Yeah, that was superb.
That's why he was so good, was he's had this awesome defense. You know, you work at him and everything is coming back, but you give him one chance and he can kill it.
Exactly.
And that is putting pressure on you. That's what he's not doing at the moment.
Yeah. It's been a long while since he's really challenged at the front of the court.
13,
Chen Long.
17. Yes. Yours okay?
Yeah, that's well taken. In fact, I did think a few rallies ago, Morten, when Chen Long tried a cross-court, backhand cross-court net shot, and it was killed. Well, it wasn't really a kill, but it was well controlled for the outright winner from Long. And I thought in my own mind, I wonder if that was the right sort of shot. It was a little bit loose, but was that the right idea in the first place? Shouldn't he have lifted that one? And I felt it was all wrong. He was not really comfortable at the net against Long. You have to try and take the initiative. Oh, dear me. His first service
18,
error
13.
of the match.
And that's what you can call bad timing.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Well taken. The lift was woefully short from Chen Long. And now Long just 2 points away from a major upset here in beating the number 5 seed and then 4-time former champion in the first round. Well, one thing I've learned in this commentary position is you don't write anybody off.
14, 19.
Never do that. It's going to haunt you for the rest of your life.
Exactly, but it does look a tall order for Chen Long. Another wonderful smash from Long towards the right hip of Chen Long.
Service over.
And with that magnificent smash, there come 6 match point opportunities. Well left.
Service over.
But he was still in doubt.
Yeah,
15,
Even though he was,
20.
what, 2 inches out?
at least. Still match point for Long. And this time he converts. 22-20, 21-15, the margin of his victory. 45 minutes. And who would have thought when he was 8-14 down in that opening game that Long would be beating the former champion in 2 straight games. Well, confirmation of that scoreline. 45 minutes and a major upset with the number 5 seed Chen Long beaten by Long. 22-20, 21-15. So for a 4th time this year at World Tour events, Chen Long as a seeded player departs the tournament in the very first round. All credit, though, to Long of Hong Kong, who was superb.